Hi Jagan, how are you?
Hey Anushree, I'm doing good. Firstly, I'm really happy to be back on a FE platform and talking to you and your team.
Thank you. So Jagan, we have spoken about people playing games,
Yep.
youngsters playing games,
Yep.
and that's the new norm. But the biggest question is how do you empower gamers to play? What are the hardware, what are the tools that they need to invest in? Because this is the new norm, it seems.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I've been witnessing the first half of the session today. Fairly engaging, very exciting stuff. A lot of interesting insights, ideas came up. A lot of challenges were thrown, particularly with real money gaming and what's happening with GST and others, right? So the context of our discussion can be elevated a bit, and we can focus most of the discussion around competitive gaming, which is equally important, right? Coming back to your question, right? I mean, how do we empower gamers and gaming community? So let's start with understanding what does empower do to an individual and a society. Empowerment basically elevates a person's life, elevates a person's experience. Now, what does that do? It builds confidence, it builds competencies, and more importantly, it builds economic independence. Now, apply that to gaming and the gamer community. Empowering gamers involves having friendly government policies, acknowledgement and recognition in the society, being inclusive, access to latest technologies, better infrastructure, financial support, and so on to ensure that there is a great gaming experience. Now, there are three important factors that determine the empowerment here. I call them as pillars. The first one is government support. A few things that the government has done in the past 12 months that are really making a difference out there, I would like to call them out. One, acknowledgement that gaming players are professional athletes. Two, recognizing esports as a competitive spectator sport. And lastly, but probably the most important one, is integrating the esports and other competitive gaming formats in the multiplayer sports category. So this brings immense benefits to the gaming community as a whole. One, it has enhanced the reputation, recognition, and acceptability from the public. Moment that has happened, we are seeing a lot more gamers taking up competitive gaming. Now, once more number of people start competitive gaming, you are also increasing the number of audience, so that it becomes a viable spectator sport. Now, as that has happened, we are seeing advertisers and sponsors coming in. Once they have come in, you are seeing investors actually putting in money to promote the entire ecosystem. Now, it's become a very, very positive cycle, which is really, really good for the gaming ecosystem. So government support is enabling things, and more needs to be done, but I think last 12 months have been really good, right, particularly from a competitive perspective. The second one is on providing the right infrastructure. Now, one important aspect when it comes to empowerment is to ensure that the same level of gaming experience is provided to every gamer anytime, anywhere, and on any device. So let me explain this. Okay? There are three C's which determine the quality of infrastructure when it comes to gaming: cloud, connectivity, and content. Now, the quality of these three C's are a function of two important gaming parameters. One is called ping, and the other is called crossplay. So ping is nothing but, you're playing a game, right? So you're providing an instruction on your gaming device that goes to a server and then comes back. If that is fast, you have a great experience. If that is slow, you have a bad experience. One. The crossplay is about the ability to play a game on any device with anybody at the same time. So you could have a particular gadget, and I have a different format, a different type of gadget, but both of us should be able to play the game. So that's true inclusivity and true empowerment, right? So it doesn't determine how much money I have to buy what type of gadget, but I can still play the same game, right? So these two factors, as long as they are fulfilled to the best possible level, you'll have a great gaming experience. Now the 3 C's I spoke about, right? Cloud and connectivity determine ping. So you need to have a great server infrastructure to have the best possible games playing on that. Similarly, with respect to connectivity, you need to have the best internet speeds for you to have the right level of ping. Now, when it comes to content, it's to do with the game developer community, right? So the global development community today has realized that the emerging markets like India actually are mobile first. So they've started creating competitive games, the games on which esports are played, like Fortnite, Dota, League of Legends, all those things today have, right, a mobile variant, a form factor, right, which is right, small, right, which is accessible for everybody so that everybody is able to play the game at the same time. So providing the right infrastructure is the second aspect. The third aspect here is on industry support. Okay? So the one thing that I would call out is what your team and FE is actually doing right now, right? So this is the 4th edition, and you're really building a platform for elevating the gaming community. One. Similarly, other industry bodies like CII and others today have dedicated gaming councils. I'm a part of one of those councils, right? So gaming councils that form advisory boards to go talk to different people and promote the gaming industry as a whole. Lastly, brands like us, right? So companies like us, right? So who actually have gaming solutions and can play an active role in promoting the gaming community out there, right? So give an example. So we have a very, very exciting property in India called WD Black Cup. It's one of the most popular esports platforms, right? So and we are in the 4th season right now, and last year we had about 9+ million viewers. We had a mix of online and offline gaming there, right? So that's how, right, we are actually playing our part. Not just that, we actually promote girl gaming. We have a dedicated, right, tournament actually for games within WD Black Cup. We also actively do social stories to actually promote girl gaming, right? So we have a campaign called Power of Her to educate and encourage girl gamers to actually get into this space, right? So fairly exciting stuff that's being done by brands like us also to promote it. Net, okay, if you look at it, these are the 3 factors which actually drive empowerment for gamers and gaming community.
What are the tools that gamers need to invest on in terms of to better their gameplay? One is, of course, the industry is partnering and helping them. The other is building your own skill sets over years to, to grow yourself.
True. So it's a very important question, right? So I spoke about 3 C's, but the device on which you're playing is equally important. Now, the type of device you would like to own is a function of your interest in gaming. Right? You could be a professional gamer, it could be a serious gamer, you could be a pros, you could be a, right, an amateur turning into a pro, casual, ultra casual, hyper casual. It's different types of gamers out there depending on the interest levels. But at the device level, there are fundamentally 5 different gadgets there. Okay? So at the high end, you have gaming rigs. So these are used by professional athletes. Then you actually go to the next level. You have gaming laptops, gaming desktops. These are like pre-configured machine. Gaming rigs is custom built. Laptops are pre-configured. You can pick and choose what you want. And then you have gaming consoles. They are specifically meant for gaming, right? So your Xbox and PS5s and the likes, right? And then you have, right, a very fast-growing category called gaming handhelds. Now, these are, right, this also has 2 subcategories in it. So one is PC-based gaming handheld. Yeah. The Steam Deck has actually innovated that, and there are other brands that are actually coming there. And then you have mobile gaming handhelds like Nintendo Switch. Yeah. Now, the last one there, right, is your mobile phones, right? So today, mobile phones are really, really powerful gadgets, primarily because of the needs of the gaming devices. That's how they've actually built it. The one thing that you will need to keep in mind when you are actually choosing your device is to get 4 important components right. One is the GPU, the second is the CPU, the third one is the RAM, the fourth one is the storage. Okay? If you get all these 4 right, you will have a right gaming experience in the form of having very low lag, okay, a very good seamless graphic experience, okay, and most importantly, you have the right load times. Okay. Most of the times, what we have seen is people end up making a compromise on one of these things, and that becomes storage. So, because that's not something that is very visible for you, you don't focus on that. Now, we have done a lot of study with respect to how gamers actually build their solutions, look at their solutions, and have created a complete portfolio of products, right, for all the 5 categories that I spoke about, right? So when you talk about mobile, we have a gameplay card, gameplay micro SD card under SanDisk brand. When you talk about Nintendo, right, we have a specific solution for Nintendo Switch. Then you go up the stack into console. We have specific solutions to upgrade storage for both PS5 and Xbox. And then you talk about gaming rigs, we have WD Black, right, which is our high-end of portable, SSDs, internal, external SSDs, to actually deliver best game-grade solutions. So net, you need to look at, right, what the components are there, right, in a gaming device that you're choosing, and then you can build a whole bunch of gaming accessories around it for you to get the best gaming experience.
So, at a time when there are many genres of games, how can one be a professional gamer besides esports, which even the government is, supporting? But if I have to look at other genres of games, how can one develop themselves as a profession?
So, there are two. You had 2 parts to your question, right? So, how do you develop my skill, and how do I, make this my profession, right? So, like any other sport, this also involves a lot of skill and strategizing and an approach, right? So the important thing here is, okay, you got to choose, right, your game. Like how you're choosing, I'm interested in hockey, I'm interested in basketball, I'm interested in cricket, right? You got to choose your game, right? So the games are different types. There is strategy games, there are adventure games, there are FPS games out there. So you got to choose what type of game is of interest for you, and then, right, you will need to practice that. Now, in addition to practicing, you got to go and learn the meta game. So meta game is nothing but the wireframe in which the game is built. Now, that's something you will do when you closely follow the game publisher. Okay? You got to do that. Only then you can actually master the game. Then you probably need to network with gaming communities. Yeah, you'll need to practice with players who have higher ranking than you, and most importantly, you got to invest in the right gear, right gaming gear, like what I have already spoken about, for you to actually build it, right? So this is how you, build your skills, right? So, and more importantly, attend conferences like this to know what what the trends are out there for you to actually build. This is how you build your skill. Okay. You also asked a question about profession, right? Yeah. So what are the professional opportunities that are there, right? So again, there are a lot of opportunities out there, and you need to choose your path depending on what your interest is. You can be a professional athlete, you can be a game developer, you can be a you can look at any function within the gaming industry per se, okay? Or you can even be a gaming influencer. So if you take the different functions that are available within the industry today, a lot of fascinating things that are available there, right? So you can be an event organizer, you can be a network administrator, you can be a caster for a esports player, you can be a coach for esports team. So a lot of opportunities are actually emerging out there when it comes to event management. Game development, again, is a completely different world altogether, right? So it's a world filled with geeks, and these are the people who actually bring in technology innovations. So you can be a core game developer, or you can work in a game studio to actually build, designs. Some of the professional opportunities there, mirror what is available in the in the entertainment industry. So you can be an art director, you can be a sound engineer, you can be a graphic designer. So, lot of opportunities are available out there. The onus is on us to really figure out, what is of interest to us, and then really drive towards that.
Okay. Because we have very limited time, is there anyone who would like to ask a question? Or I have one last question, which is, in the world of AI, what is the role that you think it's going to play in gaming?
Okay, so that's, that's probably the most critical question. Um, AI and Gen AI in particular, right, is the biggest disruptor ever since real-time 3D graphics happened in the gaming world. So, what does AI do? Right? AI actually, is a force multiplier for building productivity by delivering far better processes through intelligence. That's what AI does. What does Gen AI do? Gen AI looks at the current model, disrupts it completely, and creates a completely new process to deliver an extraordinary output. Now, both are creating a significant impact in the gaming industry. If you look at AI, right, the traditional AI will be your machine learning, NLP. They actually go look at the gaming habits, player preferences, players' past history, their likes, dislikes, and then use that to learn, right, what they want and create personalized in-game experiences. They also today are going to the level of creating very good interaction between non-player characters, right? Now, one moment you start bringing non-player characters to life, then it becomes highly interactive. Now, and not just that, so they are also making it less predictable. Okay, so less predictable means that gamers then start engaging far more better. It makes it a lot more interesting. Now, this is what traditional AI is doing. Now, Gen AI, right, is going to take this, right, probably 2-3 levels up. What would Gen AI do, okay, in game development? So typically, if you look at game development today, so there is a developer, so there is a gamer. So they follow a CEL process, right? So where you create, engage, learn, and then next version actually has whatever you have learned. Yeah. Now, right, Gen AI is going to better this process significantly by making this faster, better, and at a much lower cost. Okay, so this is functional. The more important thing that is going to do is when they start seeding Gen AI into the game. Moment they start seeding Gen AI into the game, it's going to become real-time generator. That means as I play the game, depending on what I do, there is going to be a new scenario that is going to come. That's how Gen AI is actually going to build it. Fundamentally, all these things are happening because of the tremendous evolution that is happening out there in the core technologies. So we are in very, very fascinating times as far as gaming, right? AI, right, and other core technologies like what Western Digital brings to the table in terms of storage, right, are emerging.
Thank you so much, Jagan. As time's up, I'll request everybody to catch him offline if there are any queries. But thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.